Winnebago Tribe. The Big Voice, KWTN, 100.9 FM, Allen, Nebraska, the official radio station of the Winnebago Tribe.
Hello, all you beautiful people out there in the world. Welcome to the Big Voice Radio. I am DJ Bethani, also Bethani Redhorn, the Winnebago Communications Office Manager, and we are here for another episode of Winnebago Talks. So I'm joined here in the studio by my fellow co-hosts.
Good morning, Brian Chamberlain, editor of the Winnebago Indian News. I have myself turned up a little bit too high there. Wow. Okay. How are you guys doing?
Feeling lovely today.
Yes,
how about you?
And also, 3 or 4 or 5. Go ahead.
5.
Oh, else to turn it up. Go ahead.
Testing 1, 2.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody. I am Tyler Snakes, the Winnebago Indian News Office Circulation Manager. Big deep breath for that one.
Welcome to another episode of Winnebago Talks. And so today we'll get into some updates from the Winnebago Indian News. We do have some special guests here in the studio that will be joining us from the Winnebago Comprehensive Healthcare System and also from the Winnebago Tribe of Nebraska Human Services Department. We'll have some other special guests that will pop by the studio as well. We'll get into our game that is called My Answer Is, and that's between myself and Tyler from the W.I.N.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that towards the concluding portion of the show, so stay tuned for that. And then we also will give away another one of our limited edition t-shirts.
Very good. Very
so
good. Yes.
I'll kind of pass the ball over to the W.I.N.
Yeah, the Winnebago Indian News, of course, will have its issue, which will be published on this coming Saturday. And as you know, we have a lot of stuff that we've been adding into it. I'm really excited for this issue because in the coming issue, guys, we're going to have the debut and the premiere of the Storytellers section. And what we're going to be doing in the Storytellers section, and of course, it will be on Hakawe, which is always page 6, which is our society page. We're going to be featuring the first portion, I have to say it that way, of an interview that we did with Winnebago's own Ruby Ballinger. We had an opportunity to basically talk with her, interview style. We went all over the place. She told us everything that we ever wanted to know about her experiences related to growing up in and around the powwow circle, as well as her viewpoints on what is happening here in Winnebago today and the transition that she has seen in her 86 years. And so there's a lot of good stuff there, guys. So that's going to be debuted in this issue of the Winnebago Indian News. Hakawe is where it will be, and the only place it will be an exclusive for the print Winnebago Indian News.
Pretty exciting.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm really looking forward to that. So Winnebago Indian News. And of course, we're still continuing to feature prominent tribal members, history makers, leaders, etc. on the masthead of the Winnebago Indian News. And so we will continue to do that as well. Last issue, we did the one and only, the late Mr. Warner Earth. And so we will continue to do that. And if you would like to see one of your relatives featured on the masthead, by all means, get a hold of us here at the Winnebago Indian News. My email is brian.chamberlain@winnebagotribe.com, and Tyler's is
Tyler.snake at winnebagotribe.com.
Yes, and if you yell real loud, Tyler will respond also. So, yeah, exactly
Got the
that. Yep, and so the Winnebago Indian News, I'm really excited because we have a lot of good stuff coming. And then also a little teaser, like I said, there's going to be so much. Hakawe is our social society page. We're going to also be implementing very, very soon Shagoe. And Shagoe is going to be the companion to Hakawe, and what that is going to be, however, is items, columns, other things that are specifically related to the traditional aspect of what it is to be a Winnebago tribal member. So we're going to have regalia makers, we're going to have dancers, we're going to have singers, etc., describing the truly traditional part of being a member of the Winnebago people. but we're not quite there yet, so we're still in development, but I just want to throw that out there.
A work in progress.
Yes, absolutely. So, and then also, you guys can't forget, I know that happening right now, it started today, and over the next 3 days, Winnebago is in its community cleanup.
Yes.
Yes, so don't be waiting until the last minute. I always like to say that, because some people are like, can I still put it out there? And it's like, it's Friday 2 weeks from now. No. It's going to sit in your yard until fall.
Get your junk out there.
I did see this one post of people that were like something about, I wanted to drive around and just kind of check out everybody's stuff. And
that happens in other communities as well. You know, people just throw it's like, come get it if you want it. I did that once with remember those old TVs that were like 5 million pounds?
Oh,
The
yeah. The big box.
Yeah, I put one out and somebody said, can I have that? And I was like, yeah, if you can lift it. And they did. So they took it, yeah. So community cleanup over the next 3 days, guys. Don't wait until the last minute. The crews are out as we speak. Get your stuff to the curb. They're not going to come to your door. And then also there's a phone number that is on our social media page, because we've been posting the flyer that was created.
Yes.
Call that number if like you're an elder or etc. and you need help or whatever, and they will provide you with how to get that done. That phone number is listed on our social media. I don't have it. Oh,
There we go.
there it is. So 402-922-0442.
Awesome.
Do you know who that goes to? Is that EPD or whose number that?
It was
James?
Is it
Neff?
I'm not
think
sure.
so.
Mr. Neff? I know
Okay.
that.
Well, in any case, that's the phone number to call if you need assistance in some other way. If not, like what we said again and again, get it out to the curb and the crews will come pick it up. And they are also feeding the crews as well. I think R Eats is catering. He said that their regular business is closed today because they will be catering for the crews that are out cleaning up the community.
Awesome.
So, what else do we have?
So we also have some of our programming here on the Big Voice that we'll kind of
Yes.
talk about real quick.
Yes,
and
indeed.
we do get into the Big Hour, which is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And so you hosted the Big Hour yesterday.
Yep, I did. And of course, paying homage to the one, the only, the man that is the icon, the one and only, His Purple Badness Prince, of course, commemorating the anniversary of his death on Sunday. So yesterday on the Big Hour, we did an entire show dedicated to him. And it was amazing because I got a lot of feedback from that, you know, and I'm a Prince fan just like so many other people are. And so also on the Res Ride, which will be coming up on Thursday from 4 to 6 p.m., that 2-hour show will also be an entirely dedicated Purple Madness show to the one, the only, the man Prince.
Thursday, 4 to 6.
4 to 6.
Makes me laugh because that game we played and we're like diamonds or like Exotica or something.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Name
Trying to name
of
songs.
Prince. Yeah, name of Prince album. Yep. So
But just to kind of throw this up there as well, if you are unaware, I don't know if you mentioned the YouTube as well,
I
but
did
we
not.
do have a virtual link that you can join us on Thursday. So if you're not able to tune in over the radio airwaves, we have that Fire Though on YouTube. So if you can head over to our Facebook, it's managed by MCBKC, follow and like, and you can see all the updating that comes for our programming. And so that Fire Though is on YouTube.
Yes.
So I'm trying to get out, please.
no.
Sorry.
Yep. Go to YouTube when we're broadcasting. Search for That Fire Though. THO is the way it's spelled, and you'll see us broadcasting live. As well as there are also other Big Voice YouTube channels.
Yes, we have the KWTN Big Voice, and so we have all our programming that is available on there as well. So make sure you subscribe.
Okay, guys, and also don't forget we're gonna have our version of The Answer Is, pitting the Winnebago Indian News against the Big Voice Radio. So Tyler and DJ Bethani, you guys get ready because Jaji did the questions today. Yes, so I'll
scared.
start studying up.
Look all kinds of facts up.
Yes, and so no Google answer is.
No
so-
hint.
Oh, there'll be hints, and a couple of them have
Okay.
multiple choice, but one of them is very cutthroat. You've got to know what it is. So,
All right. Well, that'll be our concluding portion of the show.
Yes.
CJ will take us out. But in the meantime, we'll kind of excuse Tyler over here for the. Do you have any bagel bits to?
I said them last time, but as a reminder, today is our win deadline.
yes.
And next May 7th will be our next win deadline. So if anybody listening wants to become a win contributor, update their mailing list, get involved with the paper, I don't know, just let us know. Email me at tyler.snake@winnebagotribe.com.
Yes, indeed.
Alrighty.
Thank you, Tyler. Yes.
So we
Who
are
do we have
going
up
to
first?
get into our first guest. We'll have our ladies here from Winnebago Comprehensive Healthcare System pop up here to join us. And so real quick while they get situated,
Okay.
we do have the my programming that I host on Thursdays as well, which is called All Request Live. So we get into some birthday shout outs. So if you ever have anybody in your life celebrating a birthday, you can definitely get that to me, and we'll include them in our shout outs, which we do over the noon hour. We're live from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So at the top of the hour at noon, we get into those birthday shout outs. It's 11:11, guys. I love it.
I love it. Yeah. So say a wish.
Just kidding. But we're going to get into our guests over here. And so the ladies here from Winnebago Comprehensive Healthcare System, I'll go ahead and let you give your introductions.
Hi, everyone. This is Jane Langmeyer, Director of Public Health Nursing.
Okay.
Sandy Anderson, and I do the maternal child health program with Public Health Nursing and
Okay.
Winnebago Public Health Department.
Very good.
Jane and Sandy.
Yes.
And so ladies are joining us today to talk about some important announcements coming over from the hospital. So we'll just kind of hand the ball over to you and let you relay that.
Do you want me to start? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, with the maternal child health program, we've got multiple things that are going on right now. We actually have 3 different grants that we're juggling, I could say. We've been here before a few times talking about the Hear Her campaign through the CDC and NIHB. And that is bringing awareness to the potential danger signs during pregnancy and up to a year after somebody delivers, and how everybody should be listening to the women who are maybe telling them that something's not quite right.
Indeed.
So we've got a whole campaign with that. We've had multiple times that you guys have welcomed us here, and we've talked about it. We will be doing a digital campaign here pretty soon up in Sioux City with the digital billboards with the CDC
Very
Hear
nice.
Her campaign, as well as banners and all of that. We're working with Blue Earth Marketing with that.
Okay.
We did also decide to kind of do a parallel campaign, since we can't use the Hear Her logo or campaign, talk.
How about She Says?
Well, you know what?
Okay.
As a matter of fact, because really what we wanted to do was personalize it so that it was more community focused. So we have taken photographs and all of these things of local community members, moms who are pregnant, who have had babies, that sort of thing, so that we can use those on our ancillary educational pamphlets. So what we've decided is we're going to do a When She Speaks, Listen campaign.
Very good.
So we're really kind of focusing on that. That actual grant will be ending, for grant purposes at the end of May. So a lot of this stuff you'll see coming on in May, and getting that done. And we have just the most beautiful t-shirt that we had designed, and I don't know if you could see that, but that was actually designed by Capri Snow for us. And so we entailed her, or brought her into our group, and she did that for us. So we will be giving that out to all of our first prenatal moms and the ones who come in for postpartum checks if they didn't get it at prenatal time. And we'll also have that at the end of the month when we have the Winnebago Health Fair. So we'll have a whole table that talks about when she speaks, listen, so that we can bring more awareness to that. Another one that we have going on grant-wise is one on, it's called Breastfeeding Blueprint, which is really promoting breastfeeding in the community. Again, we have had, young women and older women in the community who have talked about breastfeeding. We have some of the most interesting and amazing interviews from women, families, our elder population. We had just the most wonderful time with them a couple of weeks ago when we had lunch with them, and then did an interview process with Garen.
Nice.
So he is producing some kind of, I don't want to say TikTok videos, but some reels for us, specific on the traditions of breastfeeding, as well as some of the things that moms are dealing with breastfeeding here in the community.
Okay.
So that will probably be out on the air. We're hoping by June sometime.
Really nice.
So we've got lots of exciting things to do.
That's something we should look into, or unless you ladies know it, right? Is there like a breastfeeding awareness month or that type of? We should look into that.
Yes,
Is it-
August.
Oh, in August. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So, so there is a breastfeeding awareness month, day, all of that,
Sure.
and I believe that there is also an Indigenous breastfeeding week.
Really? Okay.
I don't know the exact dates on that, but
We'll
we
look
can get
into
back
that.
to you on that.
Mhm.
So that's something that is pretty exciting too. We'll probably be having some sort of an event or awareness during
Okay.
that time period too.
Yeah, that's really nice
So-
because a lot of our listeners, especially like the younger mothers, etc., if they're not surrounded by women, who have, went through the process already, and that is a wealth of knowledge that, some people just don't get. It's really good to try to pass that along. It really is.
Right,
So.
right. And then one last thing, I also do the MCH block grant with the state of Nebraska. And through that grant, one of the things I just kind of want to do a little bit of a shout out here is all you young ladies who are currently pregnant, I'd kind of like to see you probably about the time that you are maybe a couple of months to your due date, because I have so many things that I can offer you. Not only just education about safe sleep, car seat safety, breastfeeding education, all kinds of different things on infant care, that sort of thing. But also coupled with that is we do have the car seat program where we will give you a car seat to bring baby home in, because you're going to have that. They're not
Yes.
going to let you go
Yeah.
unless you have a car seat. Also, we have the portable crib that we can provide to you so that you can make sure that you have a safe place for your baby to sleep. Along with
Nice.
that, both goes education. We also provide a lot of breastfeeding equipment and supplies, along with support as myself as being a lactation consultant, and we have several other people in the hospital who are currently in the process of getting their certifications and education in lactation. So we're going to have
Very
tons and
nice.
tons of support for you, but please give me a call at the Winnebago Public Health Department and get signed up. We can
Okay.
schedule pretty far out,
Okay.
but I'd like to see you at least a couple of months before you deliver,
Right.
because what we're finding is that some of the insurance companies, they're a little bit slow in getting those electric breast pumps. Yes, yes. So they get a little bit delayed, and we do have a new game in town called Molina, which is one of our insurance companies for Nebraska Medicaid, and they are particularly slow. So if anybody who has Molina, I just want to just give you a forewarning, is that come see me early so that we can get that going for you, and that way you have that by the time you deliver or soon after. So
Very nice. And I'm so glad that this subject is being brought forward, because in one of my early jobs, I worked alongside the WIC program way back in the early 90s. And what that program was doing back then was more than just, of course, providing, the things that they gave out as far as, the foodstuffs and that type of thing, but the educational component of that. What the individuals that were working there, what they were able to provide was truly, truly enlightening, and it was amazing. And I saw so many, again, first-time mothers, first-time, parents, etc., learning quite a bit from that even myself, once I became a father, that when we were in the hospital system, it was kind of nice because I already had some awareness. So when the nurses and the other staff was there kind of describing, this, that, whatever, it was a really, really good thing. And so the more that you're able to provide to the patients, if that's what we're going to say, and the mothers and that type of thing, the better, because it is really a system that builds upon itself. And like what I said, a lot of the other women who've been through it, they are extremely, again, to use the phrase, a wealth of knowledge that definitely needs to be brought forward. But again, the more awareness that we can bring forward about the joys and the beauty of what is through breastfeeding, etc. That
right,
it's amazing.
and we never want to forget our fathers either.
Sure, that's
I do have quite a number of moms who bring dads in or partners or whoever in for the education portion of what we provide, which is wonderful because the mother is not the only person who puts that baby to sleep.
Right.
Not the only person
We
that
hope
puts that
not.
baby in a car seat.
Yes.
So it really makes a big difference that her partner is with her and that they learn the same thing because, we go through a lot of information and what one person will remember, the other one might forget, and they are their
Right.
best helpers
Right.
to remember a lot of that information.
Yes,
So-
and again, a lot of the information, a lot of the educational component, it is really, really good, and that kind of goes without saying. But I think the biggest and the best part of the underlying message is that you are not alone as a parent.
Right.
There are many, many resources to which you can reach out to, and you can find out, I need to know how to do this, I need to know how to do that, or what can you show me, where to go, etc. and stuff. So the specific subject matter that you ladies are bringing forward is amazing, but at the same time, I know there are a lot of other companion pieces that you would be able to, help go see this person, go see that person, etc. So really, really good subject. I'm glad you guys are here.
So I'll leave it to Jane to do her part
Yes.
here. I know I tend
No,
to
it's-
monopolize
it
time
is
when it
good.
comes
It
to
is
my
good.
moms and babies. So.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
that's a very, very important part of our department and what we do.
Yes.
So I also want to just share is we are very fortunate that we have several grants that we work with. And one of the grants is called Honor Every Woman.
Okay.
And last time we were on, we talked about some breast cancer awareness. Honor Every Woman helps support cancer awareness, specifically breast and cervical cancer.
Okay.
And so along with that, it provides us some funding so that we can increase awareness. One of the events that we have coming up is actually going to be tomorrow evening.
Okay.
And it is bead by bead. And it is an opportunity for women who have experienced breast cancer, have been a survivor of breast cancer, maybe unfortunately are in treatment right now, or in any way have been impacted by breast cancer, or maybe been a support person for another family or for a family member that has experienced breast cancer. So we are bringing these folks together
Very
to
nice.
have some sharing, kind of a talking circle almost, where people can share what happened to them, an awareness of those yearly mammograms, and just sharing that the cancer journey doesn't have to be individual.
Right.
We want people.
You're not alone.
Exactly. We want people there to help support you, and that's a lot what we can do too in our public health nursing department. And so that event, 5 to 6:30, it will be at the spiritual room at 12 Clans.
Okay.
And so please call ahead, reach out to Jordan, our administrative assistant in the department, if you care to attend. We do have a bit of a limit because we are offering some food,
Sure.
and space too. But just be sure and reach out if that's something that you would like to be a part of. You don't have to come and speak. Maybe you just want to come and feel the support and love
Right.
about experiencing or being affected by breast cancer. But also this grant provides us, October is breast cancer
Yes.
awareness.
Yep.
And so this past October, we had a huge event over at 12 Clans. And any chance that we have that we can reach out to the public and share awareness of breast cancer, share the awareness of mammograms. At times we're able to offer some incentives for mammograms.
Sure.
And so this grant makes all of that possible, and along with cervical cancer and the importance of annual women's exams.
Exactly. A lot of good stuff there as well. And to that point, this is me saying this, the healthcare professionals are not. And so I want to make that really clear is that if any person out there feels something isn't right, don't wait. I've had many friends, a couple unfortunately that waited a little too long. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be, think, oh, it's nothing. If something isn't right or something isn't the way it's supposed to be or whatever, how you feel, absolutely go get checked out, because it's better to be safe. It's better to know. And even if it, comes back with the news you don't want to hear, then you can begin the fight, and you can know you are not alone. You are surrounded by an entire network of people, of systems, of everything that will help you get through it. And you'll be able to, hopefully live the best quality of life possible, and maybe, and hopefully even beat it.
Exactly. Yes. And so along that lines, I do want to just share, breast cancer is not, unfortunately, only limited to females.
Right.
We don't hear a lot about, male breast cancer
Yes.
awareness, but we do need to be aware, because it can happen to
Yes.
a male
Yeah.
also. And so those self-checks, like
Yes.
we talked about the last time I was here, when you're in the shower, as
Yeah.
simple as when you're in the shower.
Yes.
is very important. And again, like you mentioned, if something does not feel right, reach out to your provider. We have
Yes.
excellent providers at Winnebago and 12 Clans. And
Yeah.
so don't I'm not going to say don't worry, but your
Don't
worry
wait.
can be helped by having that additional exam.
That's right. And the peace of mind that comes along with it, again, you may not, get the news that you want to hear. Maybe not, okay, it's nothing, or it's a benign thing, and et cetera, and that type of stuff. But at the same time, the more knowledge you have, the more power you have. So grab that power back. And from my perspective, that's what it is. You are not powerless. You have
Exactly.
opportunities. And also to the same point, in my lifetime, seeing the transition that has happened within the treatments and the care systems, et cetera. I remember when I was a boy, individuals had cancer, and it was just like, oh, they have cancer. And it was just left as this kind of generic thing. But now, the way that science has evolved, they know specific, gene types, et cetera. And I mean, it just really digs into the science. Somebody could go into the weeds and talk endlessly, I'm sure. But the point is, they know how to treat specific tumor types. They know how to treat specific tissue types, so many other things. And the point, there is options. There are options. There is, remedy. There are treatments. And again, you are so not alone. So not alone.
Exactly. So the other grant that I want to talk about is Good Health and Wellness.
Okay.
And so that grant helps us identify and do screenings for people for high blood pressure and blood sugar, diabetes.
Right.
And so as we try to offer those screening events in coordination, like, for example, with our breast cancer awareness event that we had in October. There's going to be a community health fair that's coming up May 29th. We'll be offering blood pressures and blood sugars at that event also. And so it brings about the awareness. People may not quite be aware. Unfortunately, hypertension can be a hidden disease.
Yes, it is. The silent killer.
Exactly. And you may not know that you have high blood pressure.
Yep.
And so everyone should know their numbers.
Right.
Everyone should be aware and have that routinely checked. And if it is high one time, usually the diagnosis is not made by one reading, but
Right.
by several readings. And so just having that forethought of getting that checked,
Yes.
knowing what those numbers are. And along that line also is we are planning a teen health fair, because
Oh, wow.
sometimes
Okay.
teens are a population that we might not reach
Right.
as often. Last year we had our first teen fair up at Winnebago Public Schools. We are planning another one this year, and it's scheduled August 26th. So we will work with the school nurse there, Lacey Hendrickson,
Okay.
and Mr. Turner, and we have it scheduled. And so we're going to be working toward getting people there that will be focusing on teen health and teen safety.
Okay.
So along those lines, we'll offer some blood pressure, we'll offer some BMI, some weight checks.
Yes.
The possibility may be to have blood sugar checks, and again, it's just all awareness about safety. Last year we had the State Patrol come, talk about safety for our kiddos driving, and so it's just a wonderful event. It was our first, this will be our second, so we're really excited that we can focus on that population, which is sometimes just a little bit forgotten with the health fair.
Yeah.
And so we come up to the school, have a great time. The kiddos have a great time. And so we are just so happy that we can support that event here in the community.
Very nice, very, very nice. Yeah, definitely I don't want to say forgotten, but a very underserved
Yes.
part of the community.
Exactly,
Yes, so.
exactly.
Good, nice, very nice.
All right, so ladies, I just wanted to kind of double back on the event that's going to be taking place tomorrow. And so that's going to be taking place at the spiritual room at the hospital. And so you can reach out. There's a limit to 20 spots.
Correct.
And then so you can reach out to Jordan, and that is it's 402-745-3950.
Perfect.
I just want to reiterate the number there.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, ladies, for coming again. And the stuff that you bring is always extremely, extremely helpful. And at the same time, it's always with the message, of course, that there is an entire network of people working diligently to make sure that what is needed is being delivered and across the entire spectrum of everything that's brought forward. So that very, very nice again today.
Thank you.
Again, let me say it again.
And we really appreciate you having us on. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Thank you guys for coming.
Have a great day, ladies.
Have a great day, yes.
And just go Prince.
Yes. Listen on Thursday because it's going to be live.
Yeah.
You know, I do have a really short
Sure,
story on this
absolutely.
Prince
Yeah, I
thing.
love it.
When I heard you talking about Prince,
Mm-hmm.
and my son's probably going to kill me with saying this, but I swear to goodness, when he was in high school, he would put that Prince album on, and I would hear Purple Rain for 45 minutes every morning while he was in the shower. So, yes, so I got to know Prince really well. I mean,
Very
it was in
good.
kind of the 80s in my years,
Sure.
but he never dies.
Oh no,
You
his
know.
music will be eternal.
Right,
Yes, yeah,
right.
absolutely.
So go
timeless,
Prince.
yes.
Yes.
Oh, good one. Thank you, ladies.
Have a great day. So just to reiterate, they do have some new contact information that is needing to be updated in your phone if you have their
Sure.
previous number saved, or you need to update that.
Yeah, definitely. The new phone numbers for the Winnebago Comprehensive Healthcare System, they are all over the tribe's social media as well as the tribe's website. So if you haven't loaded those already, go there, and that's where you'll be able to find the directory and every place that you need to reach. So of course, don't forget, listeners, the community cleanup is still happening here in Winnebago. It's beginning today. It will be today, tomorrow, and Thursday. So all the stuff that you're trying to get rid of, all the stuff that you're trying to have moved out, and move it out to your curb, because the crews are out as we speak picking up those items and those things.
Yes.
So okay.
Come out and help and clean it up.
Yeah, are the other ladies still here?
Yes. Can we have the human services join us here in the studio?
Yes.
While they're coming in, I wanted to touch on this because the deadline to apply is coming up. It'll be on May 6th. So if you are listening in on the live stream, we have a graphic displayed. And so this is for the Winnebago Health Foundation 2024 Scholarship Program. So you can apply online. There's a QR code, or you can go over to the Winnebago Health Foundation, and I believe there's a link in the Winnebago Comprehensive Healthcare System's Facebook page. But I just wanted to touch on that because the deadline for the spring semester is coming up on May 6th.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, if you ladies put on your headphones so you'll be able to hear what we're doing, and we'll do a little bit of a mic check. So go ahead and give us an introduction to yourselves.
Hello everyone, I'm Candace Hare. I am a family support worker with Human Services in the Preserving Native Families Unit.
Okay. Good morning.
Hi, I'm Selena Snake. I am a family support worker with the Preserving Native Families and Human Services.
Okay, and
Haini P. Hini Karagiwi, Noanaga Hingairina, cultural family support worker with Winnebago Tribe, Human Services, Preserving Native Families Unit.
very nice. Well, welcome to the KWTN studios, ladies. Have you been here before?
No.
I
Never?
have.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, because you guys did some recording previously, didn't you, as well, with the language program at Renaissance?
Well, we
What other
came and
things?
we came and promoted our Human Services Child and Family Walk last year or 2 years ago, and then this is Lauren asked us to come on her behalf because she was unable to make it. It'll be April 26th from 11 a.m. to 1:30 at the Land of Wellness. There will be a walk, a meal, a small meal and water provided with 200 T-shirts.
Yep, so definitely first come, first serve if you want one of these T-shirts. And what the ladies are describing is the Child Abuse Awareness Walk, which is happening Friday. And it begins at 11 a.m. and there will have T-shirts as well as some refreshments again while they are available. And there are only a certain number of shirts. So if you want to participate, you need to make sure that you are there in order to get your extra medium, because when they're gone, they're gone. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
So this Friday at the Land of Wellness here in Winnebago.
Yes.
And so they do have we have the graphic displayed here on the screen, but I wanted to kind of talk about last year's. And so well, I guess I was trying to get at whose idea was it to kind of host the event, or do you know?
This has been an annual event for our department. It's with Child and Family Services, we always want to be in the community, engaging our community, and our community showing up to this event shows our children that our community does love them, they do want to protect them, and that they are here wanting to be helpful.
Very nice, very nice. And then at the same time, the Child Abuse Awareness Walk, which is held here in Winnebago, also goes hand in hand with the other walks which happen around the area. I know the walk that is done usually I think it was earlier in the spring in Sioux City, and then of course the MMIR walks that happen all around the community, and then there's another one that typically happens later in the summer because they walk out toward the north end of the reservation boundary. So there's a lot of different activities, and that's my point here. So guys, so very, very good. So if you have the availability on Friday, go to the Land of Wellness at 11 a.m. Get signed up and participate to show your support for the Child and Family Services Department.
I wanted to give the phone number to report child abuse. It's 1-800-652-1999. And then our colors are blue. That's the color for child abuse awareness, and there'll be a bunch of blue pinwheels there. And they have different activities that I was going to have there for the children. They can color these blue pinwheels. They can make blue Cookie Monster, snacks, and to try to show our children calming techniques. There's it's online, and to try to help them, show that there are safe places to go. And yeah, our children, they're real sacred. We love them, and we just, if you ever suspect any type of abuse, to be sure to call the 1-800 number. We had a training yesterday with a lady from Norfolk, and if you ever suspect any kind of abuse, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Absolutely. And like we were saying to the healthcare ladies who were here just prior to you, there is an entire network, an entire system of individuals working diligently to ensure that any person or child who finds themselves in these types of scenarios, that there are people there to help you, that there are people there to assist you through the entire process. You are not alone, and that is essentially the message that we continue to put out there. There's a lot of people working on your behalf, so don't be afraid to reach out. And then could I get the 800 number again one more time?
1-800-652-1999.
Very nice.
If I could just add.
Sure, absolutely.
One thing
We're
for
here
sure,
for you.
we want to send the message to our community that Child and Family Services is meant to be an intervention for healing. It is not an intervention for discipline or some type of punishment or to be judged. We are here to help and heal.
Very good.
We are here as our team, Preserving Native Families, family support workers. This is our cultural support worker, Nona. We are in a unique time in child welfare. There is no other place. They're just now starting. We have been here for a few years.
Okay.
So our positions being funded by the state of Nebraska is should send a message to our community that our culture is important.
Yes.
Our people wanting to help our own people is important.
Yes.
And I think that's like so huge in the movement, because Nebraska right now is, they're under fire. the DHS, and you know, a lot of things are going to be turning around, but we were ahead of the curve, and that's one thing that I really congratulate our tribe for. We always step out ahead. We're not scared to try things first.
Exactly, and there's been a lot of other individuals who have worked in this system for a number of years, and the one that I want to bring forward very specifically is Nona, your young relative, Amy. She did a lot of the fundamental work in establishing what became the tribe's kinship system, which was recognized, of course, through the state's protocols, etc., to where Winnebago children are allowed to be kept with their own family members, etc. But that was never in place until relatives of yours, specifically Nona, Amy, did a lot of that work, making sure that the groundwork was put into place, and that became a rock-solid foundation upon which the entire CFS system can basically help keep families together.
I was here when Amy was here, and if I could say anything, is that she really lit the fire.
Absolutely.
She lit the fire.
Yep.
She held that torch, and she held people accountable.
Exactly.
She held the department accountable.
Yes.
It's one thing to have a contract with the state of Nebraska
Yes.
to fund our program, but it's quite another to say this isn't enough and you're doing more for others. Why not do it for us?
Exactly, and to that point, you know, that's the whole thing. I'm glad seeing you ladies here, because as Winnebago people, we know what's best for our own children, and having the system be able to recognize that, and then also to have the protocols in place, because that's extremely important, especially when you start dealing with legalities, etc. But it recognizes the importance of Winnebago parenthood, and especially grandparenthood, etc. Absolutely amazing work, and I'm glad to see you guys continue to carry it on.
Well, Nebraska as well. They took an opportunity to enhance their own ICWA laws. They didn't have to, but they did.
Yep.
So it's not just the tribe as pioneers. I think Nebraska was heading in that direction, and then things kind of stalled, which COVID did to a lot of places.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But, you know, unfortunately, things that were at a standstill. But our team was lucky enough and creative enough to manage that curve accordingly. So I think with the right support, and we were lucky enough to have great leaders. Amy was one of them.
Yes.
Shiara Knoyer, also one of them. Right now, we currently have Muscupati. He is also an amazing supporter of everything that we do.
Yes.
So, I mean, I think that speaks volumes. It's all the trickle-down effect. If our council believes in us and our director believes in us, it empowers us as workers to be out there and put our best.
Absolutely. And one of the things I always say this specifically, and I pointed out there, when Winnebago people are in decision-making positions, the entire tribe is better off. And seeing, you know, you three ladies here, of course, members of the community, dedicated into a place where it's undescribable. It's not in writing. It's who we are, and it's who you are. And I love seeing it, that Winnebago people are standing up and protecting Winnebago children. Amazing work.
Absolutely. I think me and Selena, I can't even count how many times we have gone on travel to represent the things that we do here, and how much positive feedback we've gotten. We've had visitors come and actually shuck corn with us one time. Like, you know, they're so interested in the things that we're doing here and now, and, you know, they still check in with us. They no longer have a contract with us, but they still check in and want to know all the amazing things that we're doing. So
innovative
I'm very
work.
proud of us.
Very innovative work. Very nice, ladies. Very, very nice. But don't forget about Friday is the Child Abuse Awareness Walk out at the Land of Wellness, 11 a.m. Get there early if you want your extra medium shirt, because they will run out, and don't be waiting at the end. So.
I wanted to say something on behalf of Indian Child Welfare. When the law came into effect in the early 1970s, it was my big Nunu, Norma Stiller, and Donna Vandell that enacted the ICWA program here in the Winnebago Reservation. And that's when we started to place our children and take them back into our own tribal homes.
Yes.
So there are no longer, Donna is Wanakita, and but I want to thank her and her family, that Mona could bless her and her family for having that kind of insight. And then each one of us here, we're all related, you know, and it's just really wonderful, you know, that it's like generational workers, you know, working within our family, and with our Dega Reuben, Snake, Wanakita, and him encouraging my sister Norma and my Chewie Donna for pursuing that.
Absolutely, and that's amazing that you bring those individuals forward, and et cetera. If you know, like what you said, passed on, et cetera. But we stand on the shoulders of those who came before us, and because of the foundational work that they did, which is why I brought up earlier. Amy's work in this is truly fundamental, absolutely the rock solid part of the kinship system. Because upon that, the entire Winnebago system has kind of a guiding light. There's a fire within, to use that phrase before, and she placed that in front of everyone, and it wouldn't have happened without them. It wouldn't. So very, very good. So
Yes, we had so many great leaders. I mean, in addition to, I came from Briarcliff. I have with my social work degree, but I had that opportunity because of Frank Lemire.
Yes.
Being able to travel with him and go to the state and demand things, not ask for things, but demand things. And the correlation between him and Amy and their perseverance to you get a no today, but I'm gonna get a yes tomorrow.
Right.
We don't give up.
Yep.
So I really do admire all the people that I have come across, and just like Nona said, it gives us, this younger generation, the ability to start where we are today versus having those fights from yesterday because of those people.
Very much so.
But more importantly, I do want everyone to show up. We talk so much all the time about our biggest resource and our biggest value as a community is our children.
Absolutely, and it is.
Show up Friday for them.
Yes, indeed. Very good discussion today, ladies. Anything else? We have time, but it's up to you.
Well, Selena wrote a rap.
Debuting here. KWTN.
Dropping her first track.
Yes.
I just have a question. So for each of you in the field of line your line of work that you do, what is something that kind of motivates you? And if someone was thinking of going into the same field, what would be a piece of advice that you would give them?
Ooh, let me go first. Personally, I am a mother. I'm a nanny, I'm a chewy, and most recently, I'm a gaga.
Oh.
And
congratulations.
Thank you. Shout out to Val and Mabel Rose.
It's a different love, isn't it?
It truly is.
Yeah.
But I would say that I was blessed. Creator blessed me with 3 children, Jordana, Giselle, and my youngest, Jelena. Unfortunately, my youngest child died, but she also was a ward of the court at the time. Sometimes going back to the stigma of we're not here as discipline or punishment, I truly felt that the system was abused and power by people, and we run into that sometimes, and it's not just here, it's everywhere. And I truly did not like how I was treated, and if I could do anything to change it, I wanted to, because our children are growing up in a world where they're going to be faced that they are four times more likely in Nebraska to be involved in the child welfare system.
Really? Wow.
So you take a classroom, and how many kids are in there? Now, a fourth of them are going to be involved.
Wow.
Now, I want to change the narrative. I want that disproportionality rate to be reduced so that my children, my daughter doesn't have to face the same wrongdoing. And that's really where my motivation came from, along with growing up in this community. I've worked in early Head Start. I've had the opportunity to work for the shelter, and I always just, was surrounded and was able to give that extra love and support to children that needed it, to families that needed the extra helping hand.
Very nice.
My heart's big, and I love our people, and that's really where my motivation comes from, is making sure that our next generation, so that my granddaughter maybe doesn't have to face that same rate. Maybe her children won't have to. And heaven forbid, Creator's blessed us enormously with this life, and I pray every day that my children don't have to face the same hardships, but you don't see that just yet. because some of those hardships, the violence and anger towards the Native American population is still here, is still prevalent. You can see it when you go to high school games.
Right.
Yes.
You can see it in our community when our kids travel. You see it in the headlines. You see it on Facebook. You see it on TikTok. It's everywhere. It's not going away.
Yes.
But it takes us to really make that change. It's not going to change if we don't do something about it.
Right. Very much so.
That's my motivation, is making sure that my children are going to have a better future. Our children.
Absolutely. Amazing.
To keep it brief, ditto.
What she said.
Like, you know, I'm a naughty, you know, and I help, you know, my siblings take care of their kids and whatever, and it's really hard to see them with their own struggles. And knowing that, you know, gee, I went through something similar, you know, how can I help? Because, like, I just don't want to see our kids struggle as much as they do and have their voice heard. So, being able for them to find their own voice and say, like, this is what I need, this is what I'm lacking, this is what I want for my future, and for them to find their own path and do great things.
Right.
So,
Right.
that's why I'm
She's
here.
totally downplaying her skill, by the way. Like, if she wants to get gassed up, I will totally do it for her. We were recently asked, forgot to tell you that, I'm telling you now. We were recently asked to sit on a panel. Anita Horner from the camp organization had reached out to us and asked us if we would be able to provide some insight on including our children's voice. It's not just our families that are going through the system, it's our children too, and sometimes they're overlooked because of their age. Selena does an amazing job at making those connections and making sure their voice is heard in their everyday case management, but also in the courtroom.
Very nice. Very nice.
So she's, like I said, she downplayed her skill.
She does. They ask, our kids ask
They ask for her.
Selena, you know, a certain age group. She can really relate to them, and I think we're just really blessed that Maona put us where we're supposed to be.
Right.
And that's the way our Ho-Chunk people, you know, teach us, is that you put, you know, God first, and then everything will come to you. So I really believe that he put the right people in the right positions, and I'm just thankful to work with Selena and Candace and all of our other workers. They truly care for and truly care and love our children and our families and our village. And that's the way it should be, because that's the way it used to be, you know, years ago, before all the technology. And, you know, my mom used to talk about being raised, you know, with your grandma.
Yes.
You know, they weren't cousins, they were sisters.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we try to still have that same concept of family, kinship, love. And so, like, there are 4 different types of abuse. It's emotional, physical, mental, and educational. That's the way the Makates, they describe it. But everything that involved our children, we cared about them, you know, and tried to love them, you know, unconditionally. And so I'm just really thankful to Maona for blessing each and every one of us that we could work together and be a good representation for the Ho-Chunk Nishotachi.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yep. And you 3 ladies, and of course the department and the other individuals you represent, we see that you guys doing that. And of course, again, you know, the walk that we're going to be having on Friday at 11, guys, make sure you come out, because it is the manifestation of how everyone truly cares about the children who find themselves in these scenarios and in these situations, and what we can do to bring awareness to that, and then also guide them back to healing and reunification and all the other good parts.
Then I also wanted to say thank you to Lauren for asking us to come on behalf of the Child and Family Services, and I pray that she have a fast healing and a good healing, and she's really a blessing too to work with.
Yeah.
Our whole team is, like, this is the first time I've been here with my previous work in the Human Services Department. I would say a little bit over 10 years now.
Oh, wow.
And this is the first time that I have been with this department where we actually have a full house.
Really? Wow.
Yes, and we are still looking for more help. Like, like I said, Musku, Angie, Carrie, Kayla,
Rebecca.
like our team, Lauren, like they really are supportive in what we do and how creative we want to get in helping our people. And a shout out to Nona for our first initiative last year of introducing culture into our services. We were fortunate enough to witness a couple of our young children get named at the church. Yes, we do big things. Like we really try. And it makes a difference. It makes such a difference.
Absolutely,
in their lives.
and that type of thing is extremely important because the children that receive their names, especially when they're younger and they truly understand what's happening in that, then that becomes part of their identity that they carry for their entire life. And of course, it is because that's your name, etc. But they remember it. They understand what it was about, and it really gives them that again that internal guiding light that is within all of us. So
Their biggest comment was like, I didn't feel like I belong, but I
Right.
do now.
yeah, and
Like I know that I want a bagel, but
Yes.
now I know.
life-changing
Yes,
activities.
it truly
Yes,
is.
yeah. Amazing. Good work. Good work. Good work.
Oh, and shout out to our daycare because that's a whole new service that we've also offered recently. So, like I said, we're doing big things down there. We're always open to suggestions on how we could do better.
Right.
I mean, we know there's things that fall between the cracks sometimes. We understand that.
Mhm.
And we're all here to help. We're not here to hurt. We're here to help.
Absolutely, yes. And so the Child and Family Services Department, you guys are located inside the Neola Walker building,
Yep.
right? On the south end of town after you fight through the roundabout.
I was gonna say, if
the
you want
lights
to
now.
battle that traffic, you do it. But you can
Yes.
also reach out to us. We do have kind of a recent new number. It's not our old number. It's 402-257. Something.
No.
But it is on our website.
Yes.
It really is.
Okay.
And
It's
On
an
your
800
Facebook
numbers.
page? Is it 257
556?
see, I was on the right track.
402-257.
I don't call myself often enough.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, what's your number?
It's like, what's your number? I don't
Don't call me.
Call the hotline.
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
But yes,
Okay. Any shout outs, ladies?
just shout out to our community in general. I think the last few of the trainings that we've gone to in the community, whether it be at Little Priest or YCIC, and there's just so many of us wanting to do better, like I said, and become more educated, become more able to give our best selves to our community. And I think I've seen so many new faces and so many pioneers.
Right.
People that have been here for so long, and we're all like-minded.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all planning on some of the same things, and the collaboration in our community is huge,
Yes.
truly huge. We started off with just accepting referrals from CFS. Now it's our whole department,
Right.
including the school and YCIC. And we've seen what we do be successful in other areas, in other states, and other tribal communities, and that's what we want for us.
Continue building the
Yes.
network. Yes. So.
I just
No,
wanted to say
yep.
happy birthday to my nephew Nate Big Fire. He has sweats for all of our people that are in treatment, and today's his birthday.
Oh,
and
happy birthday.
yeah. I pray he
birthday,
has a
Nate.
real good day, and people want to give him cash at him or whatever.
Nona's gonna sing happy birthday.
In their solo performance. Selena?
I don't know if my brother's watching, but I see that he watches. So shout out to my brother John. What up, eyeball?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Okay.
And thank you to my family, because what I do isn't easy. Sometimes we get that trauma of being able to see all the things that hurt our
Right.
children. And thank you to my sister, thank you to my fiance Tony, thank you to my children, because if it wasn't for them, some days are hard to come back.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you guys for coming up. Thank you, ladies, very much for spending time with us. Don't forget the Child Abuse Awareness Walk is happening Friday, April 26th at the Land of Wellness, beginning at 11 a.m. They will have some food and some T-shirts, but don't wait until the last minute, because when they're
Yes.
gone, they're gone.
I think they're having, what did they call it?
Walking tacos.
Walking tacos.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, that was
With a
Lauren's
t-shirt
idea.
And some food.
Yeah.
Yes.
And show up for our babies.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Well, thank you, ladies, for coming. And by all means, anytime, just get a hold of Garen, and he'll throw you on the schedule if you have other events or things you want to bring up.
Thank you.
You're always welcome here. So,
Okay,
all
thank you.
Thank you,
Gotcha. No,
ladies.
no, no.
Thank you. Okay, so this is, of course, the Winnebago Talks show, and like what we said, community cleanup is happening as we speak here in Winnebago. It began today, this morning. It will happen today, tomorrow, and Thursday. By all means, get your stuff out to the corners if you want it hauled away. Don't wait, because after Thursday there's no one going to be come to pick it up, and you'll be on your own, and your stuff is going to sit on your curb. Also, don't forget that the Blackhawk Community Center renovation continues to move forward. One we want to put out there right now is also the Winnebago Post Office is going to remain open through the entire process. So even though the renovation is going to go well into 2025, the post office will stay open. It is not going to close. It is not going to change. So, hey, how you doing? So
she'll be holding it down over there.
Yeah. So, Kenny Mallory, how you doing? Yes,
yeah, we are. We're live.
Yes, we are. So come on in.
The reason I come by to see you people
is
I go by the Bureau of Indian Affairs every day because we're having our meetings out there because of the reconstruction.
Right.
And I see that BIA sign, and it's just pitiful. It's just terrible looking. And you can't tell me a tribe with all the prosperity that it has can't do something about that sign. What I'd like for you to do, Brian, is maybe take a picture from a couple sides of it and announce either in the WIN News or whatever that if people want to donate to help get that repaired, they could see me. I'll be soliciting funds to get that fixed before powwow, because that's embarrassing.
Sure.
That's embarrassing as all get out. I almost go all the way around the four corners just to go there, not to see that sign, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I thought I'd share that with you guys.
Absolutely, Kenny. I can get that done, no problem.
Okay, and whatever you write in there, I'll take the blame for it.
Kenny said.
Yeah, you can say that.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for coming up, Kenny, anytime.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, like what we were saying, guys, the Blackhawk Community Center renovation continues to move on. The post office will stay open through the entire process.
Yes.
And also, and I'm glad the ladies came up, because I had the CFS walk on my subject. I didn't know that they were going to be here today, so they were able to tell you even more about it. So, what do we have next, or what do you want to do?
So, we will probably have to scoot along into our kind of concluding portion of the show.
Okay, so the answer is?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to go first?
I will go first.
Okay.
Yes.
One quick note while I'm prepping this, guys, is the Winnebago Indian News is going to be updating its address list. So if you do not have your updated address, by all means, get a hold of us. My email is brian.chamberlain@winnebagotribe.com or Tyler, tyler.snake@winnebagotribe, so we can get your correct your correct mailing address. We want to make sure that you guys are receiving the print version to where it's supposed to go. So, ready, Bethany?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. The first one is Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen recently signed Legislative Bill 1288 into law, creating a pathway for tribal people to receive the help they need when they are in a mental health crisis, among other situations. The law provides for the state to recognize EPC orders issued from tribal courts to be enforced. What does EPC stand for? EPC.
I'm gonna say it's for I'm gonna say emotional person's crisis. I know that's not it, but I'm reaching for the stars, guys.
No worries. Okay, because I gotta also write Tyler what she says. Okay, question number 2. Currently, because this was taken out from last time, currently there are 7 continents on Earth: North and South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, and Antarctica. Geologists theorize millions of years ago there was one supercontinent What was it called? And I do have multiple choice if you don't know it outright.
I will take the multiple choice.
Was it called Vespa? Was it called Europa? Was it called Auroris? Or was it called Pangea?
Pangea.
Was it Pangea? Okay.
Maybe.
Final answer?
I'm locking it in for $1.
Okay.
Because it's not payday yet.
Not quite. Okay, question number 3.
Importers. No, I'm just kidding.
Geez.
Keep going.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Number 3. In Winnebago tribal history, our people are known for many things both culturally and politically. In relation to our home here, meaning where we are on the map, what distinguishes us most from other tribes across the continent? And I have multiple choice for this as well.
I shall take that.
Was it, we were actually moved 12 times? Our next move was planned to send us to Utah. We purchased this land with our own money, or gold was discovered just prior to our arrival.
We purchased this land with our own money.
Right, hearing some of that one's there. Purchase that right there. Okay. Okay, number 4. NBA star Blake Griffin recently announced his retirement from the league. He was famously associated with dating which socialite? And I do have multiple choice.
Yes, I'll take. Because I was like, who? Peter Griffin? No, just kidding.
I know. Let's do. Hey, fat man. Yeah. So okay. Was it Kylie Jenner? Was it Khloe Kardashian? Was it Blake Lively? Was it Kendall Jenner? Or was it Martha Stewart?
Stewart made her debut. You said Blake Griffin?
Blake Griffin.
I'm going to say...
NBA star Blake Griffin. He has retired from the league. He was famously associated with dating which of those socialites?
Can you reiterate the Kardashians?
There was Kylie Jenner, Khloe Kardashian, Blake Lively, Kylie Jenner, or Martha Stewart.
I think Blake's with, she's got a man already. I think. I don't know. She's, it's going to be, I'm going to say Khloe.
Khloe, okay. I don't know if I spelled her name right. Is it Khloe?
Khloe.
Okay.
Loe.
Yeah, I misspelled it.
Aloe vera.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, number 5. Facebook has a reach of over 1 billion users worldwide. When was it launched? And I have multiple choice.
I'll take multiple choice.
Was it launched in February of 2004, March of 2005, August of 2004, or January of 2003?
I'm gonna say... Did you say March 2005?
Yep. February 2004, March 2005, August 2004, or January 2003.
2005. 3. Wait. March 2004.
March 2005?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll put that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So run and get Tyler real quick, and while she's coming in, don't forget, guys, that the Child and Family Services is going to be holding their Child Abuse Awareness Walk this Friday beginning at 11 a.m. at the Land of Wellness. Get there early, guys, because they will have t-shirts for the participants, but they only have a limited number. I think they said 200, and when they are gone, they are gone. So do not wait until the last minute. Also, they will have some food there, but again, when it's gone, it's gone. Also, don't forget that the Winnebago Community Cleanup is happening as we speak. By all means, get your stuff out to the curb. Do not wait until the last minute, because after Thursday, you are on your own. So Tyler from the Winnebago Indian News is now joining us. You're on 5, right?
5,
I think
yes.
so, yes.
Okay, let me turn you up a little bit. Okay, so we have 5 questions, and some of them have multiple choice, okay? But the first one does not. Okay?
You won last time.
Was it? Okay.
Well, that's fine.
So the first question is, Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen recently signed Legislative Bill 1288 into law, creating a pathway for tribal people to receive the help they need when they are in a mental health crisis, among other scenarios. The The law provides for the state to recognize EPC orders issued from tribal courts to be enforced. What does EPC stand for?
You got me. I'm just gonna take a wild guess.
Okay.
I took a wild guess.
Environmental. I was gonna say conception G.
Okay.
Environmental corn. pennies.
EPC.
Oh.
EPC.
Environmental potato corn.
Potato
I don't know.
And both of you, that is incorrect. In this scenario, EPC stands for Emergency Protective Custody.
Oh wow, that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna tell her what I said. I said emotional person crisis.
Yours makes more
emotional
sense.
personal crisis. Yeah, something. So yep. So EPC orders EPC orders issued by tribal courts can now be enforced by the state's system. And that's really important because any individual who was in a healthcare crisis, especially a mental health care crisis, they previously had no remedy and families were literally left with nothing. So absolutely, that's very, very good. Big push there, and we'll also feature that in the WIN.
Yes.
Okay, question number 2 because of the last questions that we had.
Okay.
Currently, there are 7 continents on Earth: North and South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, and Antarctica.
Okay.
Geologists theorize millions of years ago there was one supercontinent. What was it called? And there are multiple choice if you don't know it outright.
Let me get those.
Okay. Was it called Vespa? Was it called Europa? Was it called Auroris? Or was it called Pangea?
Pangea.
Pangea, final answer?
Lock it in.
Ding. And both of you, ding, 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 you got it right. So we're tied 1-1. Yep, Pangea.
Pretty cool.
Yep. Okay, number 3. In Winnebago tribal history, our people are known for many things, both culturally and politically. In relation to our home here, meaning where we are on the map, what distinguishes us from most other tribes across the continent? And I have multiple choice. Okay.
There you go.
Was it we were actually moved 12 times? Our next move was planned to send us to Utah.
Oh, wow.
We purchased this land with our very own money, or was it gold was discovered just prior to our arrival?
I wish. I'm gonna say we're moved 12 times.
12 times? Okay. And the answer is we purchased this land with our own
Really?
money. Yes. So Winnebago
Wow.
tribe received basic settlements and also other monies from the U.S. government and through the U.S. government for other land cessions. And when we moved to here, the Winnebago people purchased this land from the Omaha tribe.
So were we moved here first and we purchased it?
It was purchased first and we moved here, kind of in the same period,
Okay.
and etc. But it's not like you think about today. I bought a house,
Yeah.
but whatever. So yeah, and so we have that distinction. We are one of the few, if not only, tribes in the entire continent who purchased the land upon which we reside.
That's cool.
Yeah, because mostly, they were historic lands, etc. But we're not from here, so all right. So question number 4. NBA star Blake Griffin recently announced his retirement from the league. He was famously associated with dating which socialite? And I have multiple choice if you need it.
Yeah.
Was he associated with Kylie Jenner, dating Khloe Kardashian, dating Blake Lively, dating Kendall Jenner, or dating Martha Stewart?
Blake Lively.
Blake Lively? Both your answers?
No, remember I said Chloe.
And you're both wrong. He was dating Kendall Jenner.
What?
Really? Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yeah, so-
I'm upset.
Yes, because remember when they were doing the roast, and who were they roasting? I think it was Alec Baldwin. Yes. Both Blake and Bruce, or whatever, Kate, or whatever, just like they were both on the panel. And because I remember Bruce said, just remember, Blake, when you come over to the house, you're the second best athlete. Okay, anyway. All right. So number 5. So what do we are still, no.
What's the points?
I got 2.
Yep, Bethany is up 2-1 right now. Okay, number 5. Facebook has a reach of over 1 billion users worldwide. When was it launched? And I have multiple choices.
I'll take multiple.
Okay. Was it launched in February of 2004? Was it launched in March of 2005? Was it August of 2004? Or was it January of 2003?
I'm going to use my pass here.
Is there a pass? I don't know.
No,
Yeah, she
I
is
use
a-
my lifeline.
Oh, your lifeline? Okay, is there a
Okay.
lifeline? Okay.
Help me out.
I suppose when you say Europa was a great... Yes, and it's also one of the moons of Jupiter. So anyway, okay,
Come on,
so
sis,
all right,
help me
lifeline.
out.
So Facebook has a reach of over 1 billion users worldwide. When was it launched? The options are February 04, March 05, August 04, or January 03.
Let's see if anybody
She wants a
on
lifeline
YouTube.
there.
Someone Google it.
And I was like,
Now Bethany said March of 05, and so do we have an answer yet or no?
no, I'm gonna.
Isn't that crazy though? I just remember everyone being on MySpace.
Yeah,
And then everyone
MySpace,
just making that transition.
High
over.
Five. There was also another one called
Bebo?
Friendster. Yeah, so yeah, so
Bebo.
many weird ones. So the lifeline, is it online or not yet?
Mm-mm. I don't know if Cisco's talking about having no idea to this one as well, or
Oh, maybe
He just said, I
maybe it
don't-
was Blake Griffin though. You know, the Blake Griffin probably. I have no idea. So the answer is
Go with that.
February 04.
Oh, that's when it was founded though.
oh,
Well,
wait.
that's when it was launched.
oh yeah, right here, launch
Yep. So that's your answer?
Yeah.
February.
And you are correct. So she ties it up. Ding, 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 ding. I don't have a bell.
Google says.
Okay. So we have ties. All right, ready?
Okay.
So some tribes follow patrilineal lineage, while others follow matrilineal pathways. Some don't do either. What do our neighbors to the east, the Meskwaki people, also known as the Sac and Fox, follow? Do they follow patrilineal? Do they follow matrilineal? Or do they follow neither?
I'm gonna say Patro. Just didn't want to say the full thing.
I'm gonna say
You can.
neither.
Neither?
Oh.
Okay. And the answer is patrilineal. Their fathers, and to that point, they also, if your father was not Meskwaki, you cannot be enrolled. So your mother, she could be full blood, and they don't enroll you.
No, I also seen that if you were ever enrolled anywhere else, you can't.
Right. Very
It's like,
much
dang,
so.
you guys are strict.
Yeah, absolutely. And to that point. So Tyler takes the win, 3-2.
Just barely though.
Yeah, yeah. I had some good other ties. You guys want to hear them real quick? Or nah?
Yeah. that's
Okay.
fair.
The county seat of Dakota County is Dakota City. The county seat of Wayne County is Wayne. The county seat of Thurston County is Pender. What is Burt County's seat? And I had choices.
List 'em.
Is it Lyons? Is it Decatur? Is it Tacoma? Or is it Oakland?
Oakland.
Oakland?
Tacoma.
It is Tacoma.
You got me.
Yeah, so. But the game has been won. Okay. And then the next one, Nintendo is one of the largest gaming companies in the world. Known famously for its character Mario. Mario's brother is Luigi. Mario's pal is Yoshi. What is Mario's job?
It's a plumber.
Plumber? Same thing?
Yeah. Same.
Okay, yeah, and you're both right. Okay, and then the sudden death was going to be, we talked about NBA star Blake Griffin. Where's he from?
Ooh.
It is one of the 50 states, I will give you that.
I don't know.
Where's
Montana.
Blake? Montana.
I feel like he's from like Indiana.
Okay. Both of you guys, no. It is, I'll give you 3 choices and you can't pick the same one.
Okay.
Okay. So, of course, the state of Texas is very large. So the states that border Texas, and he's from one of them. Is he from New Mexico? Is he from Oklahoma? Is he from Louisiana? Or is he from Arkansas?
Arkansas.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
You would have got me.
Yeah. So, but those were tiebreakers. So, of course, the big hour coming to you live tomorrow. Yes, yesterday we did Prince, and that was a good show. But actually, Tyler won.
Yes.
Right. Yep. 3-2. 3-2. Okay.
So we're going to close out our show with some shout outs today. But we did, just to remind everybody, we had the ladies from the Winnebago Public Health Nursing, Jane and Sandy, stopped by, and they talked about their beads event taking place tomorrow. And so that'll be at the spiritual room at the hospital. And so you can reach out to Jordan, go over to the Winnebago Comprehensive Healthcare Systems Facebook page to see that update with the number, information, all that good stuff.
Yep.
But we also had the Human Services stop by, and they talked about their event that's going to be taking place this Friday, the Child Abuse Awareness Walk at the Land of Wellness, 11 a.m. And they'll have T-shirts, they'll have food, but it's limited, so get there. Yep. So you can get some.
Don't wait.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, of course, community cleanup happening as we speak. Today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Call 402-922-0442 if for some reason you need more information or you need assistance. Reg's restaurant, Our Eats, they are catering, so they're probably serving now because we are into the noon hour. But don't forget, because after Thursday, guys, there's no one around to pick it up, and it's going to sit in your yard till fall. Okay, so shout outs.
I'm gonna shout out. I just had one. I'm gonna shout out higher ed. Just shed some light on the fact that they need more departments to join in. There was more students than there was departments. Not everyone's gonna get a job, but just those that will need more help during the summer months.
Oh, really? For the summer youth, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Reach out to them.
All right. Definitely.
I'm going to give a early shout out to my nephew Braylon. His birthday is coming up. And we're going to be going to, well, not with him. He's a little guy, but over the weekend, I'm going to be going up to see Nicki Minaj with Mackie. So I'm excited for that.
Very nice, very nice. I hope you have a great time, because Nicki, I heard, brings it.
My sister Maddie was supposed to come, but because Bray's birthday, she's staying back, so that's why. But early shout out to him.
Okay, so don't forget, the BHCC renovation continues on. The Winnebago Post Office will be open throughout the entirety of the process. You can still access the building via the front door. Community cleanup is happening. There are construction updates that we will bring you updates on happening in and around the Winnebago community. You see the dirt work happening on the north side of town. Don't forget, the Winnebago Indian News will be debuting the premiere column of what we are calling Storytellers, and we have a very in-depth interview with the one and only Winnebago's own Ruby Ballinger. I can't wait for you guys to see it, because it's an amazing piece of work, and I'm super excited to get it. So Storytellers, of course, on page Hakewe inside the Winnebago Indian News exclusively. And don't forget about, again, the CFS Walk Friday at 11. So my shout out is going to be to my brother, who's having his birthday later this week, and of course posthumously to my father. Rest in power, Dad. I miss you a lot. So.
All right, guys. Well, join us again next Tuesday. We'll be live here on The Big Voice for another episode of Winnebago Talks, 11 a.m. Stay tuned with us throughout the week. We have the big hour, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Monday's show.
Oh, how can I? Yeah.
I know. Just ding. When
so
my head.
Good thing that you brought this up before we cut the stream
gosh.
completely. I do want to touch on that. So we do have, we'll have a live edition, a special episode of the Big Voice Sports Talk Show here in the studio with Coach Q, and Carlos Trinidad Snake will be joining as well. So they'll be talking about an upcoming fight that he will be taking part in. So it's a fight that will give him it's a main event fight for a shot at the title, which is taking place on May 17th in Omaha. But, and I know that music might be kind of loud. Or no, it's muted, sorry.
Is it? Oh, there.
Or on this one, on the video.
Oh, okay.
So I just wanted to kind of throw this up there real quick and give you guys a look-see
Yeah, definitely. You guys are going to want to tune in for that. The Big Boy Sports Show, hosted by, of course, Coach Q, Be Love. They will be in the house, and then and Carlos will be here as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So happening Monday at. Do we have a time?
5.
Monday
Live at 5.
Live at 5 p.m. So coming to you live, of course, over KWTN 100.9 FM, as well as the live stream that happens here.
On Facebook, YouTube, and the airwaves.
Yeah,
So
a lot of good stuff coming
join
up
us.
via the communications department. And Garen, you're supposed to be on vacation, still getting emails.
I know.
I know, it's like, go
so
on vacation, jeez. Like, anyways.
But tune in on Monday, April 29th, 5 o'clock. We'll have a special episode. So we haven't had a episode of the Big Boy Sports Talk Show in a while. So you'll want
Yes.
to join us for that.
Right. So
So-
thank you guys. I had a good show today.
Yes,
Threw it
definitely a
together.
good one.
So hopefully it didn't hit you too hard what the answer is.
No, I had fun. It was
Just a
good.
little bit. Got bruised.
Yeah, so thank you guys. Until next time.
See you later.
See ya.